Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. We're going to be in the Labyrinth, the fantasy trip book by Steve Jackson Games for this video. We're going to go over reactions to injury in this video. First note that me and my players don't really use this rule, but if you want to use this rule, this is what it's written as. Alternatively, you could also apply these penalties and stuff after a combat for the next combat that could happen before they're healed. So reactions to injury. A figure that takes 5 or more hits in one turn has its dex adjusted -2 for its next action, or alternatively worded, for its next turn. So if you take more than 5 points of hit point damage in one round, you get a -2 dex for the next round. A figure that takes 8 or more HP damage in one turn immediately falls down. This is a rule I was not aware of and would make it a lot easier with your stronger characters to gain an upper hand if you can hit. Because usually your stronger characters have a low dex and you're rolling dex to hit. But if you can hit and do at least 8 points of damage, you can knock people down. Or more hits in one turn immediately falls down. So 8 or more hits, 8 or more hit points. If it's not already attacked, it may not attack that turn. It may do nothing next turn except stay down, stand up, or crawl 2 hexes. If it's in hand-to-hand combat, it may do nothing next turn. Now, the next part is a giant or any other creature with a beginning strength of 30 or more loses 2 dex only if it takes 9 or more hit points in one turn. It falls down on 16 or more hit points in one turn. A very large dragon or other creature with a beginning strength of 50 or more loses 2 dex only if it's taken 15 or more hit points damage in one turn, and falls down only if it's taken 25 or more HP damage in one turn. Any figure whose HP is reduced to 3 or less has an extra -3 dex for the rest of the combat. Any figure whose strength is reduced to 0, whose HP is reduced to 0, falls unconscious. Any figure whose HP is reduced below 0 dies. See death. For an optional injury rule, see crippling hits, page 122. I'll do a separate video for crippling hits. Me and my friends don't use the you die at 0 HP either for this game. We imported from 3rd edition D&D because that's the edition we were playing when we played this in the beginning. Because we just had copies of this old original game and not the new print that's now available to everybody. But what we did is we just used D&D's go to -10 to die. So the downside is, though, in this game you only heal 1 hit point every 2 days of rest. Now a healer, non-magical healer, could speed up the process a little bit, but not exponentially. So we really don't use the reactions to injury, although the knocking down seems fun. It's just a lot more to keep track of, and that's the only reason why my group doesn't use it. Now that said, if I create another strong character, I might ask if I can use it if I'm not the one running the game, and write down the shorthand of all these reactions to injury rules on a little note card and keep it next to my characters, so that way I have a quick cheat sheet to help the game master and me out on how that works. Hopefully that was helpful to you guys. Share this with the rest of your gaming group if you're trying to get into In the Labyrinth, or you want to introduce them to In the Labyrinth, the fantasy trip. Well, until we all game again, guys.